You know I've traveled near and far, see the shining sea. I've seen a lot of places and people that were nice to me. One place that's in my heart, and this is how I feel. I'm talking about my hometown, Fayetteville. She's nestled in the sand hills on a river called Fayetteville. Special to so many who proudly served our country here. She was named for Lafayette and known for cotton mills. I'm talking about my hometown, Fayetteville. My hometown, Fayetteville. I'm so proud to be from here. It don't take long when you're away from home to find out how you feel. It's always good to come home to Fayetteville. Babe Ruth hit his first one, heard around the world. Sherman marched with the Union and burned the arsenal. Old Market House still standing, but stands for freedom's will. I'm talking about my hometown, Fayetteville. My hometown, Fayetteville. I'm so proud to be from here. It don't take long when you're away from home to find out how you feel. It's always good to come home to Fayetteville. My all-American city, Fayetteville. Talking about my hometown, Fayetteville.
Good evening, everyone. We'll call the November 12th City Council meeting in order. If we could, at this time, we'd like to have Captain Robert Hammonds from the Chaplain Corps come up and give our invocation. I'd like you to stand and then also remain standing after the invocation for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Good evening, everyone. If you would, please bow your head as I pray. Dear wise and loving Father God, first let me say thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here today. Thank you for your many and abundant blessings. Thank you for life itself, for the measure of health, for the need to fulfill our callings, for substance, and for friendship. Thank you for the ability to be involved in useful work and for the honor of bearing appropriate responsibilities. Thanks as well for the freedom to embrace you or the freedom to reject you. Thank you for loving us even so from your boundless and gracious nature. In the scriptures, you have said the citizens ought to obey the governing authorities, since you have established those very authorities to promote peace and order and justice. Therefore, I mention our mayor, for the various layers of city officials, and in particular for this assembled council. Lord God, I'm asking you that you would graciously grant them the wisdom to govern amid the conflicting interests and issues of our times, a sense of welfare and true needs of our people, a keen thirst for justice and righteousness, confidence in what is good and fitting, the ability to work together in harmony even when there is an honest disagreement, personal peace in their lives, and joy in their tasks. Lord, I pray for this agenda set before them today. Please give an assurance of what would please you and what will benefit those who live and work in and around our beloved city of Fayetteville. It's in the blessed name of Jesus Christ I do pray. Amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Captain Hammonds, could you tell us a little bit about the Chaplain's Corps? We normally have different pastors from different denominations, but
Yes, sir.
I'm not familiar with the Chaplain's Corps.
We're just a group of guys, and right now it's just a group of guys that come together. Our mission is plain and simple: is to be present, so that we could be seen within the group. We currently have 8 personnel on the corps. We have 1 retired captain that, and we work through different shifts. We're there basically anytime a person needs an ear so they can talk to, and also a shoulder to lean on. Because the job we do, sometimes it's plain and simple, but sometimes it's very disturbing, and we never know how it's going to affect somebody. But like I said, again, our mission is plain and simple, is to be present, be available, to be called upon at any time, any place. We're available 24 hours a day, 306 days a year. Our phones are never off. We're just an earshot away. So we strive to make ourselves available. We exhibit trust, love, compassion, and direction. And hey, we're not judgmental. It doesn't matter who, what, where, and why, because we are all the same. We're all about showing God's love. So, and that's who the Chaplain Corps is about, being present.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, from here we'll move on to item 4, which is announcements and recognitions. We got several. First, we'll start with Councilmember Jensen and our distinguished guest we have on the dais with us.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Moan. First, before I introduce our youth council member, I would like to announce that the St. Constantine Helen Greek Orthodox Church will be having their 61st annual spaghetti dinner. It is the world's largest spaghetti dinner. It started here in Fayetteville. That will be November 20th. It will be at the Hellenic Center at St. Constantine Helen Greek Orthodox Church on Oak Ridge Avenue. If you have never had any of the spaghetti, I will promise you it is worth the trip out there. It's all carry out. So with that being said, thank you. I would like to introduce our new council member from the Fayetteville Cumberland Youth Council. I'm introducing Jeffrey Smith. He is in 11th grade. He is representing District 3, and he goes to Cross Creek Early College. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Councilwoman Jensen. I am Jeffrey from District 3. The Fayetteville Cumberland Youth Council is currently working on our annual Adopt a Teen coin drive. This semester, FCYC has completed over 792 hours of volunteer in our community. Can we give a round of applause to the amazing students giving back to our community? If you have a high school student that needs any community service hours, Fayetteville Cumberland Park and Recreation Christmas in the Park is a great volunteer opportunity in December. Please reach out to askfcyc@gmail.com for any information. Members of the executive board are preparing to attend National League of Cities City Summit in San Antonio, Texas, to represent Fayetteville at a national level. We hope to see some members of the council there as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith, and thank you for joining us tonight. At this time, could I have Dr. Susan Miller and Ms. Vera Bell meet me down by the podium, have a proclamation that Councilmember Waddell will be reading. You'll face the audience and she'll go ahead and read it out.
You ready? Whereas November 14th has been designated as World Diabetes Day by the International Diabetes Federation and the World Health Organization, and whereas World Diabetes Day is the world's largest diabetes awareness campaign, and whereas in the United States, 30.3 million Americans, nearly 1 in 10 people, have diabetes, a serious disease with potentially life-threatening complications such as heart disease, stroke, blindness, kidney failure, and lower limb amputation. And whereas an additional 84.1 million, approximately 1 in 3 people in the United States are at risk for developing diabetes, and recent estimates project that as many as 1 in 3 children born today will have diabetes by the time they are 50 years old. And whereas the diabetes death rate of 29.2 is the 6th leading cause of an age-adjusted death in Cumberland County and was higher than the state's diabetes age-adjusted death rate. And whereas Better Health of Cumberland County provides diabetes education, screening and monitoring, and childhood obesity programming to the citizens of Fayetteville and Cumberland County. Now therefore, I, Mitch Colvin, Mayor of the City of Fayetteville, North Carolina, and on behalf of City Council, do hereby honorably proclaim November 14th, 2019 as World Diabetes Day throughout the City of Fayetteville, and I commend this observance to all our residents. In witness whereof, I hereinto set my hand, and caused the great seal of the City of Fayetteville to be affixed this 7th day of November in the year 2019.
Thank you.
We're going to get a quick update.
Good evening to our mayor and our mayor pro tem. On behalf of our executive director, Amy Neves, who is absent tonight, and our president, Jennifer Hammond, and all board members of Better Health, we thank you for this honor on tonight. Better Health has been in the Fayetteville community for more than 60 years, serving more than 100,000 clients during this time. Ruth Peters, a nurse, began the organization to provide emergency medication. We now serve over 5,000 clients a month. Our health care services includes diabetes awareness, education and self-management clinics, childhood obesity prevention and education, loans of medical equipment, and emergency medical needs such as critical prescriptions, dental clinic care, vision, and medical travel. Again, we thank you for the recognition and the honor this evening.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Dr. Miller and Ms. Vera Bell. Thank you. Also, tonight we don't have Councilmember Dawkins with us, and we don't have Mayor Colvin. I'd like to give condolences and prayers to Mayor Colvin's family. He'll be back, next week. And then, while we have two not here, in the audience, we have two new council member elects attending. We have Ms. Courtney Banks McLaughlin. Please stand up and wave. And we have Mr. Chris Davis, two of your new council members. Okay, council, I see we have a couple council member announcements. I'll go to Council Member Waddell and then Council Member Hare.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I just wanted to remind everybody that on November the 15th, we'll be having a meeting in District 3 to discuss some of the hot topic items. That meeting will cover items like stormwater, sidewalks, and street resurfacing. We'll also have a follow-up in regards to the History Center so that people can come out and just have any questions, comments, or concerns that they wish to address. That meeting is going to be held at Simon Temple, which is at 5760 Yadkin Road. Again, that's on November the 15th. And we'll start at 6 p.m. And I look forward to seeing not only members from my district, but anybody from the city who wishes to come out and hear more about those topics.
Thank you, ma'am. Councilmember Hare.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I just wanted to reiterate, I was kind of thinking that you would do that anyway, but just to reiterate that our mayor had some death in his immediate family. We just ask all of our city to join in prayer and during this kind of sad time for his family. So I just wanted to I was going to.
Oh, no, thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, if there's no further announcements, then we'll move to item 5, which will be the approval of the agenda with the addition of one item. May I entertain a motion?
So be it, Sue.
So be it, Mr. Mayor.
And the item we would add would be 7.01, which are the rules for the public hearing for Thursday on the Civil War History and Reconstruction Center. Is that how you understand it, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have a motion by Councilmember Wright, a second by Councilmember Hare. If there's no discussion, ask for your vote. That's unanimous of those present. Okay, item number 6.0 is tonight's consent agenda.
Mayor
Entertain a motion?
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, I move to approve the consent agenda with the following modification. On item 6.02, replace ordinance 2020-22, replace ordinance 2020-22 with the version that has been handed out tonight, and direct staff to work with a council-appointed work group to discuss issues regarding the proposed use of this funding for presentation to the council in January.
Okay, and any questions on the motion?
Sir,
Okay, Mr. Hare, Councilmember Hare, question.
would you be asking also for proposed members that might want to set the committee, small committee to get together? Would you like to look at that tonight?
I guess that would probably be at the discretion of Mayor and Mayor Pro Tem.
Mayor Colvin would probably want to do that, I would think.
Okay.
Okay.
I started thinking
So then, Councilmember Arp, you have a question?
Just for clarification, Councilwoman Waddell, your recommendation as it be amended and that it come to a work session for the council to review in January, is that correct?
Correct, for it to come back, the recommendations of that committee and staff to come back to a work session so that the entire council can make a decision on how to move forward from that point.
Okay, thank
Correct.
you.
Okay. Councilmember Quist, I see you have a question.
Are we approving 6.02 with the caveat added? We are approving it, right?
That's not the way I understand it, yes.
Thank you.
Councilmember Crisp, if you'll take note, staff did hand out the amendment, so,
Okay, any further questions on the item? So we have a motion by Councilmember Waddell, and we have a second by Councilmember Larry Wright. No further discussion, I ask for your vote. One, two, three, four. Madam Clerk, that is unanimous. So, our next item would be our public forum, and I have some instructions I'm required to read. This is a time that any Fayetteville resident may have input and a voice on what goes on in their city. Due to policy restrictions, the forum will not last longer than 30 minutes, and each speaker will be limited to only 3 minutes to address City Council on the issues related to the city. Individuals wishing to speak must have already signed up. Madam Clerk, you have the list?
Yes, sir. We have 11 speakers.
Okay. So when your name is called by the city clerk, we ask that you come to the podium and clearly state your name and home address for the record. Then, when you see the light located on the podium change from green to yellow, you have 30 seconds left to speak. When you see the red light come on, your time has expired. Now, again, due to policy restrictions, we are not able to extend the time, with each speaker. With that being said, I'll open the public forum, and Madam Speaker, please call your first citizen.
Our first citizen is Miss Kathy Greggs.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Mayor Pro Tem. Yes, I'm Kathy Greggs. My address is 4607 Woodline Drive, Fayetteville, North Carolina, 28314. I am here as the Vice President of Fayetteville Police Accountability Community Task Force. The reason why I'm here is because we had already addressed asking for a citizen review board. We actually went through several questions for each council member and the ones that was running, if we can have a citizen review board. And I think because of everything that has happened with Joshua Oxidine that recently was beat up by the police department, handcuffed and killed, I believe that we really do need a citizen review board because obviously you guys are not doing your job. Someone is allowing police misconduct here, and it's not being addressed. So because you don't want to do your job, I think it's time that we get volunteers to do the job. So, everyone can go home and get terminated. That's all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mayor Pro Tem, our next speaker is Mr. Anthony Wall. Mr. Anthony Wall. Okay. Our next speaker is Miss Tiffany McLaughlin.
Good afternoon. My name is Tiffany McLaughlin. My address is 353 Neal Street, Fayetteville, North Carolina, 28312. To obtain a search warrant, police must show probable cause that a crime was committed, that items connected to the crime were likely to be found in the place of a specific warrant. Crime scene process: never allow officers to use the restroom within the residence. Never bring food or drink into the scene from an outside source in investigative area. Types of misconduct conclude: coerced, false confession, intimidation, false arrest, false imprisonment, falsification of evidence, spoliation of evidence, police perjury, witness tampering, police brutality, police corruption, racial profiling, unwarranted surveillance, unwarranted searches, and unwarranted seizure of property. These various things have been seen in videos that have surfaced on YouTube and Facebook pertaining to Rashad Everett's case. Yet Chief Hawkins has not asked for an independent outside source to look into things and remain transparent. Our Mayor Mitch Colvin has not spoken out on allegations of misconduct, but ran a campaign on being there for the people. When can we get an outside independent review? When can the public see the body cam? When can Rashad Everett get justice? Just in June 2019, Section 1938 is a bill that the United States Congress has introduced once again that was done back in 1938. If passed, this would give states grant money to fund these reviews. This will not take away from the city's fundings. Can we get a review of the Fayetteville Police Department? When can we get justice for Rashad Everett? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Madam Clerk?
Mr. Rashad Everett.
I'm Rashad Everett, address 3819 Sarasota Drive, Fayetteville, North Carolina. I stand here in support of the Citizens Review Board under the grounds is that I am living proof that transparency does not exist. I have reached out to Mayor Colvin. I have reached out to Doug Hewitt. I've reached out to Chief Hawkins. I've reached out to Captain Joyce, and yet I got rejected. I am a victim of a Fourth Amendment violation where it is on the body cams where these gentlemen busted in my house and planted drugs. Everybody on this board should know it's all over YouTube, it's all over the news, and we have activists, and half of these people in here are standing in justice for me. This is a shame. I am a tax-paying citizen. I pay my taxes every year, but guess what? This year I can't pay my taxes because the Fayetteville Police Department is still holding my tax forms, which is federal. So I stand here today for my own justice to say, hey, you guys look into the city. You are our elected officials. We elected you guys. We pay your salaries. I pay. I'm a tax-paying citizen. I asked for justice. I asked for an outside review, an outside do your jobs. Don't allow Billy West and these people that are elected officials to sit around and allow these men to be gunned down. Do you not know that there's been more than 2 black men just recently that just got shot in their backs by these officers, and their charges was exonerated? You know, I'm done. I thank you for your time, but you know what? Like I said, I hope that you guys do your job. I hope that you do your job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. David Gonzalez. Mr. David Gonzalez.
Good evening. My name is David Gonzalez. My address is 1805 Camelot Drive, Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I thank you for you guys allowing me to speak tonight. I'm going to talk about Cumberland County noise ordinance about roosters inside the city. I have an issue with a next door neighbor, okay? I'm a hardworking person, working nights. All the families working nighttime. It's kind of hard for me to work 12-hour shift and come to the house, and I work in a very noisy environment, and come to my house and listen to this natural time clock right there, 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, all over to 12, 1 o'clock in the evening. The roosters, somehow the city ordinance changed the Cumberland County city ordinance. They changed the policy years ago. But it still said about a nuisance animals in the city limit. Why the Cumberland County Animal Control haven't done nothing about it? I've had media come to my house. I talked to the mayor. I have the Cumberland County Animal Control come to my property, listen about the rooster. You know what they say? That's not a nuisance. Come on, guys. They're in my backyard, not my front yard, okay? So I have this problem with my neighbors. Every day, argument. We don't want to start a fight because a rooster. We just want to clarify to get the roosters out of the city because a lot of citizens cannot sleep because of the noise. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Ms. Lila Gonzalez. Ms. Lila Gonzalez. Okay. Mr. Sean McMillan.
Good evening. 6024 Golden Range Drive. I too am Rashad Everett. Bottom line up front, your community is requesting that no later than December 9th, the regular meeting of the council, one or more council members sponsor a resolution to implement the Citizen Review Board. We're delivering an actionable request and ask that you respond with urgency. I too am Rashad Everett. According to the Constitution, we're all protected by the Fourth Amendment against non-judicially sanctioned search and seizure. Like Rashad, I have a right to be protected from incrimination through faulty police investigation and misconduct. Like Rashad, I'm fast losing faith in the integrity of this body and the courage of this council to address allegations of police misconduct. Like Mr. Everett, I recognize that if it were not for a Ring camera on his doorstep, he would be assumed guilty, false reports held up as truth, initial press accounts free from challenge, and another brown body locked in a cage. Many of you should wonder what separates you from criminalization and police misconduct. Like Mr. Everett, I came to the council 2 months ago with the request that you act on reestablishing the Citizen Review Board. Like Mr. Everett, my request as a community member was met with your inaction. We've watched this council make time for amending animal ordinance to include roosters, weigh in on countless bond and real estate transactions, plan a Labor Day fest in the park. We're not saying we can't have nice things. We're saying that allegations of police misconduct and an unjust bail program and preventable loss of life should hold a much higher precedence to this body. We're here to remind you that City Hall is not an ivory tower and you don't have to wait for a plan that you feel comfortable with to fall out of the sky. We elected you all to do the sausage making that is policy work and reform of unjust systems. You can attempt to distance yourself from the issue of transparency and community oversight of police The preferred method seems to be just to remain silent. But today we're asking you to see these families, acknowledge their hurt, treat fellow members of your community like human beings, and put it in your heart, find it in your heart to actually give a damn about doing something. Either you commit to represent all of us, or you represent none of us.
Our next speaker is Iman Iranami Mohammed Smith.
Made sure I brought my cup of coffee. Assalamu alaikum, greetings everyone. I am Imam Iranami Muhammad, Vietnam vet. We just finished celebrating the Veterans Day here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, where we have the second Pentagon in the United States of America.
Could you please state your address for the record?
2700 Murchison Road, as if you don't know.
I get it memorized.
I know. Take my time now. It was a great celebration, but it's very important for everyone sitting here and in leadership with my team, which is the North Carolina Legislative Black Caucus for 40 years. That's my team. Y'all hear me doing things throughout the city, helping build the baseball stadium, the transportation hub, 700 new apartments on the south side, Wilmington Road, where the city, the county, and state officials show me all this love, help me do stuff, and help me lead to build the 295 business loop, just like Durham. So everything you see me building now is basically coming out of Durham building. Skyscrapers, baseball stadium, bus station, all of that. The veterans were tremendous. They did not get enough support from the city and the county officials, but they were fantastic. We took over Golden Corral, bands, and all that kind of stuff, but it was not on the television like it should have been. The point is, it is time for us to put young people in charge. Old men dream dreams, young men dream vision. And as we had a celebration at the baseball stadium last weekend, I spoke to some of the young children, come out and let them know, this is your baseball stadium. I'm one of the main ones who built it. And remember, God is in the process. He's watching the whole picture. About a month after the baseball stadium opened, as you know, the Generals of Fort Bragg sent a helicopter to help me open it up, flying overhead. Great celebration. About a month after that, I went to the baseball stadium, stood out front, drinking my coffee as usual, with honey in it. Out of the sky, show you the work of God, comes a baseball drop right at my feet. Now, where did it come from? Almighty God. So we give each other our love and celebration, or God will give it to us. So I don't do this work for put my name on buildings at my school, Fayetteville State University, like Chancellor Willis McLeod Dormitory, which is supposed to have my name beside his name, and the business and the business center, and 15 dormitories. But the work goes on. Now we are developing Murchison Road. We're in the process of rebuilding another East Smith High School at the football field. We're doing great work. We're so happy and pleased. But all it takes is, I hear my brothers and my sisters, don't be afraid to debate. Fayetteville State taught us to debate. And if you think you're smart, show me you know how to debate me. Then I help them debate us. Give them the voice that's what they're looking for.
Okay.
Salam alaikum.
Thank you, sir.
Our next speaker is Mr. Charles Hurst.
Good evening.
Evening.
Reside at 1245 McCary Drive, Fayetteville, North Carolina. And for tonight, I am not Mr. Hurst. I am Mr. Rashad Everett. As in all tragedies and things that miscarriage of justice as far as law enforcement, I, for one, have been touched by this subject because I've been through this with the loss of a child because of law enforcement. I haven't spoken on this. My own mother did not know about this until this year, and this incident happened in 1998. Recently, I've been privileged enough to speak to and listen to other families who've suffered grave miscarriages of justice due to excessive force, mishandling of evidence, or planting of evidence by law enforcement. We just want a legal redress. We come calmly and rationally and professionally. It's a simple request. Sooner or later, this is going to turn into a demand because it seems to be coming upon deaf ears. As far as with the transparency issue, Mayor Pro Tem, Mr. Moan, you opened with the public forum that there's a 30-minute criteria that cannot be expanded. But that's a contradiction, because if you truly want public input at this forum, if more than 10 people show up and the criteria is 3 minutes, the others will be silent bodies. Their voices will be made silent. I was blessed with the opportunity to accompany a young lady here. She has an organization. We went down to Lauenburg to address the issue of the detention centers that they want to put down there to house kids. That city council did not have such a time constraint of 30 minutes or 3 minutes. So those two things we seek to address. As far as with the contradiction that you want public input on issues of the city of Fayetteville, or want for the city council to take upon that issue of expanding that so we can truly have an open forum. And we honestly request that a citizen review board becomes reality instead of a vague promise. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Miss Lindsay Wofford.
Good evening. Lindsay Wofford, 5712 Icarus Court. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Disaster Recovery Center that's talking about being used as a homeless day center. I'm not sure if it's the updated version, but I read a little bit of the abbreviated project information form that was available online, and it left me with a lot of questions concerning if it would be used for White Flag, ongoing funding, what would be for operation costs. But my biggest concern is that we would be wasting time, funding, and resources in an area it's not necessarily needed. If the center is built near DSS where it's proposed, the reason for that center is kind of like a one-stop hub for all the information, what resources are here in Fayetteville, people who are struggling with homelessness can go to for help. That exists already in so many places. You can walk into DSS or any social services organization. You can walk into the Seth Swish Community Center, which is a day center that is open in Fayetteville for the homeless. You can walk into Salvation Army, and they will give you a list of all the resources, exactly what you need to take there, what they can help you with. If you say, I need housing, they will tell you where to go. A quick list of other places you can go to within 2 miles or 3 miles of that is Operation Inasmuch, Connections of Cumberland County, the main library, Alliance Behavioral Health, Mike's Car Wash. It's printed in the 211 booklet that's handed out to everybody. You can call 211 from anywhere and get all the information that will be given out in this resource center. I think we need a disaster recovery center for sure, but I'm not sure funding is best utilized to put an information hub in this center. It sounds good to say we're working on a day center for the homeless, but I think it accomplishes zero. I think funding for operating costs that could be used for that would be better used at organizations that already house them, at organizations that already support homeless individuals, and go to expanding their current programs. At the risk of getting in trouble, which I usually do when I talk up here. It's a hard decision because the 4 people that run the Seth Swish Day Center also work at the same job in evenings and weekends. We work a lot of times till 11, 12 o'clock at night. So it doesn't give us a lot of time to blow up all our air mattresses and do white flag whether we're supposed to or not, have people sleeping there. So it leaves us on nights like tonight where it's been raining and 25 degrees where we can't do our white flag tonight because 2 people are working till 11 o'clock and we don't have childcare for our kids. Tomorrow we might be able to do white flag, whether we're supposed to be there or not. So I think money could be better used for more beds. So thank you.
Thank you.
Our final speaker is Mr. Bernard Mohammed. Mr. Bernard Mohammed. And Mayor Pro Tem, we have no further speakers.
Okay, now that we have no further speakers, I'll go ahead and close the public forum. Our next item of business is item 7.01, which was added at the approval of the agenda tonight. We'll give a few minutes here. Okay, Madam Attorney, at your convenience, would you give us a quick overview, again, at your convenience?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem and members of council. As you are aware, you are scheduled to have a public forum regarding the North Carolina Civil War and Reconstruction Center on Thursday, beginning at 6 o'clock. In addition to the general public forum rules that you have already adopted, we have asked that the council consider adding additional rules as it relates to the public forum. Our interest is we recognize that we likely will have a large crowd. We are interested in making sure that everyone feels welcome regardless of their position. And so what you have before you are a number of rules related to the public forum. I'm open as to whether you want me to read all those rules, whether you want me to expound on the additional rules, or how you would like for me to proceed, Mayor Pro Tem.
Right, and these are the same that you had, we received last week, and then you went ahead and resent them.
That's correct.
Correct. And were there any questions on council? I mean, the format's basically going to be the same overall.
That's correct.
Everybody gets 3 minutes. Here we set a 3-hour time limit, but the mayor has the option to extend that 3 hours if more people show up. I believe one of the additions that you added were, no signs for or against, because if it's a packed room, you don't have room for signs, people holding up. Just like our public forum we just had, everybody was respectful. The speakers spoke to the city council. The city council did not engage with the speakers. And pretty much, the only other change really is, decorum, don't interact, don't make loud clapping, and just try to have a professional, respectful public hearing. Would that summarize it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's a good summary.
So,
also, Mayor Pro Tem, if I could point out, we do, in addition to the general sign-up that the clerk is already engaged in, and that citizens will have an opportunity to sign up the night of the public forum up until 6 o'clock, we also have created, or at least our corporate communications office has also created a museum icon on the city's app. Make sure I got that right. Which will also allow citizens who may not be able to attend on Thursday to also submit their comments to that as well. They can also send their comments directly to the city clerk at cityclerk@ci.fay.nc.us.
Okay. I do see one question from Councilmember Wright.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, I wanted to ask the question, do we need to move to pass these additional rules, or it is an automatic?
No, the city attorney is asking us to approve what's in front of us, and these are the rules we will follow this Thursday.
Well, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, I just moved to pass these additional rules and conducts of decorum for the November 14th public forum for the City Council chamber.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second, sir.
Councilmember Hare. So we got a motion by Councilmember Wright, second by Councilmember Hare. Any additional questions?
Question, yes, sir.
Question by Councilmember Hare.
Just wanted to make sure, but just in case there are citizens that will not be able to attend on the 14th, like our normal regular meetings are shown on, what is it, Spectrum?
Your Fay TV.
Fay TV.
On Spectrum.
Will that still be the case for the 14th? Yes, sir. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
And then
Tim.
the next day, it'll be uploaded to YouTube like we do with all of our televised council meetings.
So there will be a continual loop on it, like
Right. You could go to Facebook and call up tonight's meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a proper second, a first and a second. Ask for your vote. I'll push it again. They had the lights turned off. It's not working. Yeah. Technology. Okay, since this is not working, here it goes. Okay, that's everybody. Man.
Just.
Okay, all in favor, raise your hand. That is unanimous of those present, Madam Clerk.
There it is.
Any other items? Entertain
Here they are.
this, and I didn't touch it.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Wow, cool. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
All right,